Do you ever get that feeling that something just never added up, like deep down you knew something was off, but nobody was saying it out loud? That's exactly how royal watchers have been feeling for years about Meghan Markle's pregnancy. With Archie from day one there were whispers, odd footage, awkward baby bump moments and interviews that felt too carefully rehearsed, and now those whispers just turned into a full-on shout. Because according to insiders, Meghan has allegedly admitted it. That's right. Sources close to the palace are claiming she faked the pregnancy. It sounds unreal, right? But apparently this wasn't some casual slip-up or misunderstanding. We're talking about a full-blown private apology to the palace, an effort to clean up the #past and maybe, just maybe, try to stitch back some of the royal bridges she's burned. Now don't expect a press release or Buckingham Palace tweeting about it. That's never how they do things. But behind the scenes it's chaos. Queen is reportedly furious, Prince William's livid, and King Charles his staying quiet again, but those close to him say the disappointment runs deep. The craziest part, Meghan's timing. This isn't coming at the height of her Hollywood glow-up. It's happening after her Spotify deal collapsed, after her Netflix buzz fizzled out, after the public started turning cold. Her whole brand, built on image, poise, and calculated independence, is wobbling. So the apology, some think it's a genuine attempt to make things right, others believe it's just damage control. But if the confession is true, this isn't just about Meghan, it's about what the lie did to the entire royal family. People inside the palace say the staff who were there during Meghan's time are stunned. Some feel betrayed, others weirdly relieved, because so let's be real, the pregnancy rumors have always been there. People pointed out how her baby bump changed shape, how she bent over in heels in ways no one expecting a baby ever would. Even casual observe #as noticed the inconsistencies. And when people questioned it, they were called conspiracy theorists or worse. But now those questions are coming back hard. And then there's Harry, silent, still no statement, no denial, no acknowledgement. Some say he didn't know, that he truly believed Meghan was pregnant, and this is news to him too. Others aren't so sure. But no matter what side you're on, one thing's obvious: Harry's been different, withdrawn, conflicted, almost like a man who doesn't quite know where he stands anymore. Maybe it's because the truth is finally catching up with them. This whole situation has cracked open everything we thought we knew. It's not just about a faked pregnancy, it's about trust, image, loyalty, and the royal legacy. Prince William, for instance, is reportedly taking this harder than anyone. For years he's kept quiet, kept the family's dignity intact, avoided interviews, and smiled through the storm. But insiders say he feels this crosses a line. If true, Meghan's actions don't just embarrass the family, they humiliate them. And for someone like William, who spent his life protecting the crown's image, that's unforgivable. And still #L the palace says nothing. Radio silence. No denials, no confirmations, just thick, suffocating silence, which only adds fuel to the fire. Because when the palace goes quiet, the public gets louder. Twitter's exploding, TikTok theories are everywhere, headlines are multiplying by the hour, and all of them are circling the same idea: if Meghan did fake it, what else was fake? What else was an act? People aren't just asking questions anymore, they want answers, and this time they're not backing down. Prince Harry wasn't a #always this isolated. There was a time when he was the royal everyone loved, the cheeky younger son, the war veteran, the one who hugged kids without hesitation and laughed with the press. But now he's a shadow of #at man, tired eyes, distant expressions, and a look that screams regret more than confidence. With Meghan now allegedly admitting to something as massive as faking a pregnancy, people are looking at Harry through a whole new lens. Some insiders believe he was completely in the dark, that he genuinely believed he was going to be a father in the most traditional sense. But others close to the situation aren't buying it. They think he knew, or at the very least suspected, and chose silence over scandal. Either way, his role in this whole mess is becoming harder to ignore, because if he didn't know, that raises questions about how much control he really has in his own marriage. And if he did know, then he's not just a victim, he's an accomplice behind palace doors. The reaction has been emotional. Queen Camilla, known for her composed demeanor, is reportedly livid. This isn't just about deception, it's about humiliation. Camilla has spent decades clawing her way into public favor, rebuilding the royal image brick by brick, and now with this latest blow from Meghan, she sees it all cracking again. Friends of the Queen say she views Meghan's alleged actions as not just selfish, but deeply damaging to the monarchy's future. And let's talk about King Charles. The man's been through enough lately: health scares, public pressure, family fractures. And now this people close to him say he's not just hurt his numb. Charles has always taken the keep calm and carry on approach. He swallowed the Oprah interview, the Netflix documentary, even the tell-all memoirs without a public outburst. But this is different. An alleged fake pregnancy hits at the heart of royal legacy. It drags the entire institution into the mud and leaves a stain that might never fully wash out. The fallout is spreading fast. Royal aides who worked with Meghan are revisiting past moments with a new perspective. That awkward photo op, the way staff were instructed to handle her wardrobe, the carefully staged appearances that suddenly feel off. One former palace employee anonymously said, "We were always told to just smile and support, but now it feels Lee hashtag coup. We were part of something we didn't sign up for." Public reaction has split into camps. Some people are expressing outrage, saying this confirms everything they suspected about Meghan from the beginning, that she was never in it for the tradition, but for the spotlight. Others are defending her, suggesting this might be an emotional cry for redemption, a woman trying to repair the damage and reclaim some humanity in a world that's chewed her up. But whatever side you're on, the trust is fractured. The idea of Meghan Markle faking a pregnancy isn't just salacious gossip, it's a direct hit to the credibility of the couple, who walked away from the hashtag royal family while claiming moral high ground. And now all the choices they made stepping down the interviews, the partnerships, are being re-examined through a much more skeptical lens. There's a sense that the apology, if real, wasn't made for the fam hashtag illy, it was made for survival. Meghan's Hollywood influence has waned. The public goodwill she once had is drying up. The media that once championed her is turning cold, and when that happens, sometimes the only thing left to do is go back to the beginning and try to clean the slate. No matter how messy that slate has become, King Charles has always played the long game, whether waiting decades for the crown or hashtag navigating the chaos that surrounded Diana, Camilla, and now Meghan. He's learned to absorb the storm in silence. But silence doesn't mean indifference behind closed doors. Sources say he's heartbroken, more so for Harry than for the monarchy itself, because for all the talk of betrayal and image, this is still his son. And watching Harry spiral from beloved prince to embattled outsider has left scars even the crown can't cover. He remembers the young Harry, the boy who followed him through royal tours, who laughed freely, who idolized his older brother. That boy is gone, and in his place stands a man who looks perpetually lost, like he's searching for something, but not even sure what it is anymore. The confession, if it truly happened, has only deepened the rift. Charles hashtag hasn't publicly reacted, and he likely never will, but those closest to him saw why. The disappointment cuts deeper than any headline. Meanwhile, Prince William has reportedly drawn a hard line. There's no room for sympathy. He sees this not as a family drama, but as a betrayal of the institution he's dedicated his life to protect. William has always believed in duty first. He's the one who never wavered, never stepped back, never broke ranks. To him, Meghan's alleged deception isn't just a personal insult, it's a full-on attack on everything the monarchy stands for and as far as rebuilding trust goes. Insiders say he's not interested. There's also growing tension inside the palace. Staff whispers side quiet meetings. Everyone wants to know what happens next, because if Meghan really is trying to make amends, who does she expect to accept it, and what would making it right even look like? A press conference, a sit-down with the king, a new documentary, or worse, or not, her carefully curated interview designed to flip the narrative and win back the public. What's wild is how divided the public remains. On one hashtag hand, there are still loyal supporters who believe Meghan is being targeted, punished for daring to walk away from a toxic system. They see the apology, if it happened, as a human moment, a woman admitting fault, trying to grow, trying to move forward. But on the other hand, there's a huge crowd who feel manipulated. People who once defended her now say they feel lied to, embarrassed for ever backing her. To them, this hashtag isn't growth, it's survival mode. And then there's Harry. The silence is deafening. No comment, no statement, no subtle PR pivot, just stillness. Some believe his emotionally paralyzed, stuck between his wife and the family he no longer truly belongs to. Others think he's waiting for what no one knows. But it's clear that whatever trust existed between Harry and the crown is now beyond repair. This entire situation is bigger than one shocking revelation. It's about a royal family at war with itself. It's about how quickly image can crumble when truth starts to leak through the crack. And most of all, it's about the cost of choices, public ones, private ones, and the ones you thought no one would ever find out about. If this apology is real, then Meghan just rewrote her legacy, not as the misunderstood outsider who fought tradition, but as the figure who nearly brought the monarchy to its knees over a lie. And as for Harry, the boy who was once destined to be the crown's most relatable face, is now the quiet witness to a storm that may